I love the romantic feel of Montreal. The parks, the European charm, the couples kissing out in the open. Everyone's way more relaxed and at ease than they are in Toronto.
I think Montreal's always been seen as this crazy other language cultural mecca to the north that was actually pretty seedy also.
A city with a notorious party culture. When you train your teenagers to party young instead of trying to get them to stop, then you get Montreal.
Montreal's dope. Shout out to Montreal.
It's been a while. I wanna go back.
Oh man, the food, the culture, the people. I love it there, man.
It's partly the attitude here. It's just Montrealers have a very relaxed attitude and just open-minded, very different from other places in Canada.
Montreal is a city where people can be whoever they want to be. You see it with the way people dress, the way people act. It's okay to be weird in Montreal.
Montrealers are a warm and fun-loving people, known for their love of food, wine, and good times.
I was surprised for how old it was, how clean the city is, and how charming the people are.
I've been so welcome to the city. Everybody that I've met is so friendly. It's so laid back. Everybody's trying to really make me feel welcome.
There's no attitude, right? Everyone's friendly, everyone's open.
Everything from dining, nightlife, shopping, the culture of Montreal is so sophisticated. I don't think you'll find it in any North American city.
The city of Montreal, second largest in Canada, one of the most sophisticated on the continent, a multi-ethnic metropolis, a simmering, spicy stew.
It feels a little bit like it's Never Neverland or something. Like it's just a city that's run by kids and the old people are just like begging for change.
I love the city. Every time I come here, I just have so much fun, and I find that the men are way more approachable, and they approach you more, and they smile to you, and they make an effort. And when they do, there's just much more charisma and much more personality than Toronto kind of deer in the headlights.
I feel like people have their guards up here. Like, I don't think they're as trusting here as in other places.
And have you been to Montreal?
Yes.
And what do you say about Montreal? Do you think it's easier or no?
More open, definitely more open.
More open. Arthur, you live here. What do you think? Is it easier to meet women?
I totally agree with you. It's like completely different. The dating scene here seems to be way easier than it is in Toronto.
Now you're from Toronto. Yeah. Do you ever miss it? You got the Raptors hat on.
Yeah, for sure.
I find Toronto girls exceedingly square, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe it's coming from Montreal, which is basically just a giant orgy.
Yeah, well, yeah, and they're a little bit more beautiful in Montreal, too.
I dated a girl from Montreal for a year and a half. Love Canada.
What do you recommend checking out in Montreal?
Well, I first recommend that you walk all the way down that aisle and look at the women over there, because that's one of the nice attractions in Montreal.
There's a lot of attractions there. There's a food festival going on now.
My favorite attractions are right here.
Montreal is known for beautiful women.
Are they expensive?
Yeah, I haven't been to Montreal in a while, man. I need to get back up there.
Yeah, the women are beautiful there, man.
It's an amazing place.
It's an amazing place.
What do you think about Montreal girls?
That's all I need to say.
There's a lot of sexy babies running around here.
I know, dude.
Me and the fellas, we were talking about like, yo, the women there, like what is going on? Like you would need a neck brace. We were all just like turning left and right. We live in New York City.
The French, ooh la la.
It was very distracting.
I just love the city. It's so beautiful. Restaurants. When I was single, there were nice women here in Montreal. I'm not gonna lie, Montreal's kind of known for that.
Thank you for that.
All the women understand. They're like, yeah, we know. That's out there. That's the thing. Montreal women.
God damn. Swear to God, that poutine makes their tits huge. They just keep growing. I think it's those cheese curds.
Where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver.
Who's got hotter girls? Vancouver?
Oh, I'm not even gonna go. Montreal, there's no question.
You didn't even think about that.
Oh no, there's no thinking about that.
How do you say you are a handsome American?
You don't say that.
A lot of the women out there, the way they talk to you, very, very, very respectful. I didn't get no disrespect out there.
Tell me about how hot you are.
I'm so hot, I don't need to talk about it, you know? It speaks by itself.
How cute are the boys in Montreal?
Okay. Do we have like an hour and a half to talk about it?
I adore Montreal. I do. Especially its men.
The most spectacular thing in Montreal is possibly the quality of the people on the street. I don't mean to objectify people, but everyone in Montreal is really hot.
Everyone is beautiful. Everyone makes me feel ugly. Why is everybody kind of cute?
Well, they're Parisian. I mean, isn't it what Louis XIV called the filles de roi? He decided there was too many saucy broads in Paris, and he sent anyone with any kind of gumption and sassafras, he sent them down to Quebec.
Can you substantiate any of this? Are you sure?
Look it up, dude. Filles de roi, women of the king.
Au milieu du 17e siècle, dans la vallée du Saint-Laurent, on retrouve un très grand déséquilibre démographique chez les colons français. On retrouve 7 hommes pour une femme. C'est l'intendant Jean Talon qui trouvera la solution, en faisant venir des filles à marier, qu'on appellera plus tard les filles du roi.
The king had to incentivize and pay for about 800 young French women to go over, with hopes they'd get married and convince people to stay in New France.
Although they were recruited out of Paris, many of these French brides actually originated from Rochelle and Normandy. The women were young and single, and the church sought testimonials from parish priests to attest to the women's character.
I was chosen because I was strong, courageous, of good reputation, and besides, of comely appearance. There were whole boatloads of us. Nuns, merchandise, provisions. We were all thrown together.
These brides were provided free transportation and supplies, as well as protection from the church and a right of refusal to marry any man that would inquire of them.
Entre 1663 et 1673, c'est 770 filles qui débarquent dans la vallée du Saint-Laurent. Ces filles-là, qui ont fait la grande traversée, se marient généralement très rapidement. Et des enfants, elles vont en faire tellement qu'on va les appeler les mères de la nation. Elles vont donner naissance à 4459 enfants.
Therefore, many of these 800 filles de roi became the ancestors of almost all French Canadians today.
Times were hard in those days. The living wasn't easy. The winters were endless. We must have been out of our minds. We must have been terribly in love to dare think we could raise children here and make them into a nation.
There are a lot of legends about these girls, and claiming lineage to these king's daughters is a small part of having real French-Canadian cred.
These filles de roi are hugely important, and they are the founding mothers of all French Canadians and their descendants all over the world, including me, and to them I say, merci.
Notable descendants: Hillary Clinton, Angelina Jolie, Madonna.
I have French blood in me. Ma fille parle français très bien.
I feel like I'm practically Canadian.
I have to tell you, when I first started doing my genealogy, I got them back to Canada, to Quebec, and then I got them all the way back to France. But not because of my skill, but because the records are so good. So if you have French-Canadian genealogy, thank your lucky stars, because it is the best set of records on the planet for tracing.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
French-Canadian families were very large. The fertility rate in French Canada was higher than any place in Europe.
This city smells like romance. Like if you want to fall in love, you come to Montreal. Now I was here, I never dated so much in my life. This was my most romantic time of my life. There's something about the French people. They're just so sensual, they're playful. It's true, right? Am I lying? See, even about things like sexuality.
Step right up, we've got strip clubs and sex shops. Strip clubs and sex shops.
What? Where are we? What is happening here?
Another thing to note about Montreal. Montreal is the place where Pornhub started, which I thought was very interesting.
Kelly Ripa. She opened up about her love life. The 44-year-old revealed why Montreal is so special to her. She and hubby Mark Consuelos used to go there every year for their wedding anniversary, that is, until she kept getting pregnant there. She said she just had so much fun.
I'm from southern Louisiana, and during my junior year of high school, I was taking French, and I got the opportunity to be part of our school's foreign exchange program. The French-Canadian teachers were also super cool and accommodating, very friendly, etc. Upon arriving to my assigned family's home, they welcomed me with open arms, as well as a 6-pack of Molson beers.
Montreal is actually home to the oldest brewery in North America, which is Molson, founded in 1786.
They've got a beer garden here. We can have beer early in the morning. And you know what? I've done that here in Montreal. Montrealers, they're just something else. They kind of have this attitude, like seize the day.
If you want to be a local when you're visiting Montreal, make sure you greet people with 2 kisses on the cheek.
Like that and it's done. You're good to go after that.
Woman to woman, man to man, man to woman. It's not a sexual thing.
The French way is to go
from left to right, and so sometimes people don't know that, so we end up going mouth to mouth, which is really awkward.
The dating scene in Montreal, do you think guys would approach you without having a problem?
I think in Montreal they're a bit more shy because they're used to girls being maybe a bit more forthcoming.
From my experience, it's really different for the approach with the men because it's a woman here. They approach the guys. It's really different, like in France, you know.
Dude, I go, where you from? She's like, Montreal. I'm from Boston. She's like, well, welcome to Montreal. We just start making out.
Simon, can I tell the events that transpired inside that restaurant? Simon gets a piece of paper from the waitress, and here I am thinking, oh, it's the bill. And Simon's already covered 2 of our meals, so I'm like, this is on me. So I reach and grab the piece of paper.
Like so aggressively.
Like really quickly, he had no chance to stop it. And I open up the piece of paper. This is not the bill. There are some digits here. This was not supposed to be for me. I hysterically broke down laughing in front of the waitress. It was so funny.
What makes MTL girls stand out?
Can't find an ugly girl in Montreal, man. They're the best.
Are you from Montreal?
No, I'm from Toronto.
Like the difference between Montreal girls and Toronto girls, what's the big difference?
Well, definitely the Montreal girls are way more friendly.
Have you ever had a chance to go out with some French Canadian girls?
Before my girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah?
Stereotype is that they're all a little bit more sexually liberated.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's actually true, and it's awesome.
French Canadian girls are way more down with just everything.
Once again, from my experience, French Canadian girls are far more pleasant to be around. They are fun and more easygoing.
Where are you from?
Baltimore, Maryland. I go to school here.
What to you makes MTL girls stand out more?
They look really cool. They always look cool, you know what I'm saying?
Way more friendly?
Yeah,
really?
Absolutely. The guys too.
You know, some guys are way too friendly, but it's okay.
No good guys in Montreal.
Oh goddamn, that's statistically insignificant.
Where the f was in Montreal?
Saint-Mich.
Saint-Mich?
Ouais.
Côte-des-Neiges?
Oui, il y a tout le monde là-bas.
Tout le monde là-bas.
Laval, G. Ouais, Laval.
Laval?
Laval.
C'est où?
Ouais.
Laval.
Ouais, Laval.
Laval? Where the f boys are, like in Montreal?
Everywhere.
What hood has the most girls?
East End, RDP, Rivière des Prairies, and then we have LaSalle. Ici à Montréal, je suis la rue Ontario.
Ok. Longueuil aussi, on va pas parler. Longueuil.
We met making a movie. I was producing.
Yes, it was called Gothica. The problem was it was shooting in the very sexy Montreal. How could you not dip your pen in company?
Hey.
Here's one thing I haven't figured out. Is there actually less catcalling here in Montreal, or can I just not understand it? I did have one man go like, mwah, at me. Like he stopped me and was like, something French, mwah. And I was like, I'm gonna assume that's about me.
People are more likely to approach strangers in general, I find.
If people are looking at me in the eyes, I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, say something, you know what I mean? It's either I have something on my face or you're interested, so come up to me.
I guess Montreal women are more forward than I expected, but there were still men that went out of their way to approach a woman. Going back to Toronto, I started thinking about how much easier it is for the men in Montreal. Women literally initiate most of the contact. I love the sense of liberty here. You like someone? Show it!
Quebec is a fantastic part of Canada. Its unique culture and place in the country is core to what Canada is.
This is a great country because of this city. Without Montreal, Canada would be hopeless.
I went to Toronto, and one thing about Toronto that's really funny is that instead of Montreal girls that have the showing their boobs somehow, in Toronto it's their legs. Like everything is really short, but everything's really high here. That's the really fun part of Toronto.
Wow, insightful stuff.